can find us all on the pirate ship of the internet.
Yo ho ho.
We like to go to piratebay.com.
And a bottle of roll.
That's a liquor.
So
never forget.
Pirate Bay.
Hey guys, we're back to watch Black Sails, Season 2, Episode 8.
Is it the season finale?
XVI. There's
16.
One more.
There's one. What?
XVI.
I think so.
Which is STD. You can.
Yeah, if you get XVI.
XVI.
Yeah, you don't want to get XVI, guys. It falls right off. Just right,
Otherwise,
right
you'll
off.
have to get a fecal transplant.
It's 16, right? XVI 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we don't have a lot of space on the card, so let's get to it. This is not a market substitute. Please watch it on your own time, legally, like we are, on Hulu. If you want to get ahead on these episodes, as well as other content that you're watching along with us, check out our Patreon, support us on our Patreon. It helps us grow our channel. If you don't want to do that, just join us in the comments, or hit the like button, because that's the best thing you can do for us for free 99. And with that said, Mistress Ash. Miss Ash.
Oh, is this when she was captured the first time?
That's not Barlow, is it?
No.
This is a flashback?
I think so.
It's possible. But she was passed out, wasn't she? When they found her?
Who?
I mean, this is probably before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shh, it's alright.
Hello.
I'm here. My dreams are haunted by the faces of those pirates that first captured me. Now I find myself in the custody of another band of pirates. So far, these men have treated me civilly, even courteously. Recent events were themselves the nightmare, and that these men are simply sailors, tasked with delivering me home. But it is only an illusion, and a fragile one at that.
Man, put your eyes back in here.
Right? Dude, like, why are you trying to scare this girl?
Oh, I'm forced to wonder. This illusion is no accident at all. Theatre, for my benefit, orchestrated by someone so awful. Even monsters such as these have no choice but to dance to the tune he plays for them.
Dance they shall.
What happens if that man decides the theatre no longer serves his purposes,
Yeah.
and he lets the monsters loose?
I'm mostly afraid of you. That's what I wrote.
When I first learned she was on the island, I saw in my mind a 5-year-old child hiding behind her mother's dress. In fact, she's some sort of clock. Reminded me how many years separate me from a world I still think of as home. How unrecognizable a woman I am now would be.
Kids do definitely make you feel time, though.
Mm-hmm.
My niece and nephew are growing up.
I
I'm like,
feel you on
Jesus,
that.
man.
Especially all these holidays, man. They should be right to my fucking knees, now go to my shoulders.
Damn.
How in the fuck am I supposed to prepare to carry 5 million pieces of eight across an ocean without anybody knowing I'm doing it?
I don't know, but perhaps if you asked a little louder, there might be someone who could help you.
Everything that isn't bolted down is being moved onto the sand. I told him I needed to refigure how she was carrying her weight. And there's no good reason to empty a ship while she's in the bay. Unless you're making room to fill that space with something else. We haven't even begun to address the issue of where we'll put all that gold, much less defend it. Is this really something we're capable of doing?
Yes, we are capable of doing this and more.
Can you imagine a robbery so big you don't even know where to put the money?
That's a good problem to have, though.
Uh-oh.
Who watching and snitching?
Why you babbling, boy? What you babbling, boy?
What do you have for me?
Quartermaster met with Max and Rackham behind closed doors again. You haven't even
What?
told me what this is all in service of.
Who are you in cahoots with?
Who the information's being purchased for.
Stop asking.
Hush money.
If somebody gives you house money, you already know what who's for.
I would, if I got hush money, I wouldn't press any further. I'd like to be alive.
And rich.
Yeah.
Yep.
We scheduled to see each other today. No, there is something afoot at the inn. I believe I know what it is, and I believe you want to know it too.
Then fucking tell me.
Right? Why are we just beating around the bush over here?
Yay.
Like, nobody's blunt in this show.
Oh,
This
shit,
thing,
see,
I'll
oh.
beat around the bush.
About 5 years ago, I served on a merchant vessel, running slaves in and out of Charlestown. I remember the first time I saw those wharves, those patrol ships, and those fucking guns. The first mate leans in as he sees that look on my face. That, son, is a town resolved never to be fucked with.
When Captain Flint first arrived on this island, he gained influence faster than any man I'd seen before. I heard men say it was because of the violence. I heard them say it was his charm. But it was clear to me the reason why he was so good at bending men towards his will was he knew the power of a story.
Yes! He knows how to tell stories.
Oh, he was good at bending men, all right.
And that man there, I would argue, may very well be his equal.
You know what his even is? The pirate story is Bernard's. Heard him tell it before. Can't trust a fucking thing out of his mouth.
But the power of the telling, that is clearly his. At the moment, he's using it to help the captain. But God help us if he ever realizes what else he could use it to accomplish.
If Captain Flint is to come through this alive, we will need to be focused and at our best.
What the hell was that? The men on this ship face grave danger ahead, so when you sit behind them grinning like a fucking child, you can see how that presents a problem.
He's like still like grinning a little bit.
No one knows shit, so leave me alone about it.
I need you to have the fear of God in your ass, bro. I kind of feel like you're just fucking around. But
It's about taking that. Yep. Heart attack.
Trying to like John Silver character a little bit more.
He's just another Flint, y'all.
I mean, yeah, they just said that.
I received word from one of Max's girls that Charlotte had left the island. So in love, they say, with a man from Flint's crew that they started a life together in Providence.
What is it? Her head? Finger?
Charlotte's savings. She and this man leave the island on the eve of securing an unprecedented prize with no warning, no witnesses, and no money. A member of Flint's crew, with knowledge of the whereabouts of the Urca gold, walks into her inn. He promptly disappears under suspicious circumstances, and less than a day later, news arrives that the Urca gold is no longer to be won.
Max somehow got the information about the Urca out of this man's head, murdered him, and then one of her own girls, and then somehow managed to convince Captain Flint and the rest of his crew the Urca gold had disappeared. How the fuck would she do that?
Captain Rackham's ship emptied the entire contents of its hold onto the island, started loading up with fresh water, preparing to set sail.
Yeah, somebody was bound to notice that.
I believe that right now, she and her partners are preparing to retrieve it. Were that to happen, the thieves and their like would flourish here, and your plans for this place would be doomed to failure.
Once again.
What you gonna do?
Sherlock Madame Finger over here.
But if that NASA is ever to be, you have to stop her.
Yep, gotta kill her. Do you have the balls to do it? Like Fist did.
Winds are more
clever
favourable
hanging
than
tables
anticipated.
to, like,
The
compensate
group wants to
for the
attack
swing.
early through the wind than you suggested. As long as you're in agreement, you'll make preparations.
Like, does Billy do like 30 arm pull-ups like before each set? Like, seriously, bro, how does he always have big pump in his arms every time?
He's fucking jacked.
I bet actors do that.
I mean, he can have big arms, but like be pump like they gotta have like blood flow there like at all times.
He does seem out of place here, like someone I might have known back home in London.
He may easily have been. His parents were levellers in Kensington, spoke out against impressment, printed pamphlets from their home. That winter, when the press gangs came through town, they found Billy distributing those pamphlets in the street. When we found Billy, we freed him, and when given the opportunity to confront the man that had taken him from his family, he slew that man. After that, he said he couldn't face his father again. Didn't think he'd be able to accept a murderer for a son.
Yeah, I like Billy a lot.
We like him.
We like him too.
Billy Bones.
But you better not undercut the flip.
I always thought this journey would end in battle. Now, as it turns out, something else lies at the end of this road. Judgment. This entire endeavor hangs in the balance of that judgment. But there are some things that Captain Flint has done that cannot be defended. I will make my argument having no sense of my footing with him. No sense of the things he knows about me. The moment he reveals that he knows these things may be the moment that this all comes crashing down.
Someone nicked it.
Yeah, that looks like it's been fucked with so hard.
Trying the other men to make me mad foolish. It won't matter for much if he gets the three of us killed. I know.
Nah,
That's why I killed him.
Kill him, bro.
What if you could think of something to say to him to get him to fall in line?
Kill him, bro.
Say to him, take me past that now. Wasn't the point to solve the problem for good?
Oh, my God, you misunderstood me.
If this was scheduled for duty in the main mast, it seemed like a perfect chance to make it look like an accident.
Bruh, a heart attack!
I mean,
not that.
His heart gave out.
What does it matter?
His heart.
His heart's gonna give out when his head hits the
Don't come
wall.
running up in a
Yeah, but
panic.
now
You're
you
gonna be
fucking
like, he knew
Marcelo.
that was gonna happen. Oh God! I hate when they show the impact.
Where does one store a fortune in gold coins? In a goddamn fort.
You're just gonna walk up there, knock on the door, and ask whomever answers if they'll let us use your half-demolished fort as a treasury.
Yes. Care to join me?
Please go with him so he doesn't get killed.
You know, you think that everyone's all nonchalant about it. It's because they're on an island and they're all hot and sweaty and having a slight heat stroke. So they're just like, will you just do the thing? It was me and Cuba the whole time.
They're all just constantly just mild heat strokes.
The only way to truly ensure that the Urkel gold doesn't return here is to eliminate everyone with the knowledge of where it is and how to retrieve it.
Well, jeez.
You were suggesting.
Boss ass move. Let's go see some people get killed.
Captain Rackham, his leadership. Any of his men who've been made aware of it.
Max.
There
you go.
With all due respect, ma'am, it's not as if you haven't done it before.
I've done what I've done and I will live with it. But do not for a moment believe that that defines me.
Could they steal the gold and use it to like solidify their country as being like legitimate?
I would be down with that. Let's go. Just still China's gold.
Like steal the gold, keep a little bit of it, return most of it to Spain as like a hey, we're attempting to be a country. This is our first like act as a country.
But I guess it depends on the
We're just gonna need the small loan to get shit started.
You said he could sink us. You gave me a look.
Let me see if I have that. Flint gives an order, but to get your men to follow it, I need to come down here, put on a show, and convince you it's in your interest. But I give you a look, and you're willing to murder a man over it.
I listen to Flint because you tell me it's in my interest. I listen to you because I know you give a shit about my interests, and I'm the only one thinks that way.
Uh-oh, you could be running this bitch. That's what he's saying. He's a man of the people.
That's crazy, man. You willing to kill your friend over some money, though?
I mean, that shit's happening right now in this very city. Let alone the whole
I
entire
don't kill my
world.
friends for money.
Yeah, but a lot of people will, especially if it's a lot of money.
5 million pieces of bait.
So much lies ahead in Charleston, future and hard truths. I feel I must face it honestly, and I believe that in order to do that, I have to tell these people that which I've kept from them.
Fuck.
I have to tell them what I know.
What?
This is set up.
I've told you my father is a reasonable man. At one point, he was even reasonable about the issue of quelling piracy, until I received a letter from him years ago.
Oh god, they're heading into a
And
trap.
he recounted to me the story of a ship attacked by pirates named the Maria Lane. The ship was set upon by Captain Flint and his men. There was one particular victim. His name was Alfred Hamilton.
Oh shit.
The fact that he fell under Captain Flint's sword suggested he'd been hunted and then executed in cold blood. Great malice aforethought.
Damn.
He said the act was completely incompatible with civilized society, that he would dedicate his life to eradicating it. I appreciate what you've done for me. I respect what you hope to accomplish. So I ask you, when you return me to Charlestown, turn around and sail away.
Captain Vane! Are you Captain Vane? We're prepared to pay the sum you requested for Abigail Ash.
I'm not Charles Vane, but I do have a request.
Ah, shit. Negotiations.
Oh, well, this is for negotiations. They got the girl regardless. And they don't get two shits about you.
That little tiny cannon mounted at the front is making me
You want to poke a hole in your boat?
It's like the equivalent of a 22 in terms of cannons. Like
It'll damn near sink the boat it's on if they shoot it.
This was a different place before the governor arrived. Raiders routinely hit our shipping. Once they're committed to fighting the problem, things changed. You see, he made these people unafraid, and everyone realized, like just about anything else in this life, the moment you stop fearing it, it loses all its power.
No! The governor is a friend!
The governor gave very specific instructions. And if we're able to get our hands on Captain Vane, he never leaves this place again.
This isn't Captain Vane.
I don't see any reason those instructions don't apply to you too. If anything...
Stop! They're telling the truth. He's an old friend of my father's. I remember him. I know him. And if you strike him again, my father will know you did so after I made this clear to you.
Oh shit. Alright.
Look at that. A little bit of civility.
Power is power. Oh shit. Damn.
This is his boyfriend, right?
No.
They used to be friends. He was working
This
with
was the guy that
He
was
was
gonna help them
one of the
like
governors.
swing the boats.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, shit. Now y'all pirates.
This ship is still in the bay.
It is, but I'm less intrigued by what's in the bay than what's up there.
Oh no, birds. They're probably eating something.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh God, just dead bodies
God.
in there.
Fucking crucified somebody. God.
Whom?
They finally got Vane?
No way.
Man, if Jody dies this episode, I won't be
No
mad.
way. It wouldn't just happen like that, would it?
Off camera?
No
I mean,
way.
it's directly her fault. She is literally the death of him.
Or it'll be her and God. I hope it's her and God. Better not be Jody.
Damn, R.I.P.
It's her father.
Oh.
This was found pinned onto him. I was once a slave. I know too well the pain of the yoke on my shoulders. I know the freedom of having cast it off. I will be no slave again. And as I am free, I hereby claim the same for Nassau. Richard Guthrie was engaged in an effort to see a return to the rule of a king. He betrayed Nassau, and thus, as always to traitors, I was warned about you, warned you would betray me. I'd hoped you and I shared enough, but I know you too well, so I prepared. In case they were right, you removed the girl from my possession.
He's there.
The man of war moved on from the bay, moved on to a place where its attention, Captain Flint's attention, will be so very occupied on the danger that is Charlestown, in which the last thing any of them will be watching is the water.
Oh my God. They're gonna fucking ruin everything.
SEAL Team Vane.
One way or another.
Damn it, Jody, you close. Fuck.
Oh shit.
I'll be returning to Nassau to settle the rest of my accounts.
Shit, SEAL Team Vane had to be fucked with.
SEAL Team Vane. Oh no. What?
Bro, what?
No.
What?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, when did he?
Straight coming out of the water like gorillas in the mist.
No, I mean, what is his plan for Charlestown?
Well, no. He said, I'll give you the girl if you give me your boat. And they took the girl, so he's like, I'm gonna take my fucking boat. I told you what the deal
He's
was.
taking the boat back.
He just
Okay.
wants a boat. He doesn't give a fuck about
Gotcha.
it.
When did he get Papa Guthrie?
Shit, he probably been at him. Bad, he said, I prepared for this, knowing that this might be what happened.
Damn.
Alright, you know how people say 4D chess? Like, that motherfucker's legitimately playing, like, he was, like, solidly, like, 10 steps ahead of the whole game.
That's why it's always about.
And how was he following them the whole time without?
He knew where they were going.
I know, but like, I mean, he would have had to been like, he would have. He must have been at like the perfect distance for it, because I'm sure.
Oh no, I mean, he would have probably. What if he just went there before that?
I think-
He knows where they're going, so I'm like, fuck, following you. I know how to get there. I'll just park the boat way the fuck off there and walk up the shore.
What if they were like all hiding in the boat?
No, because if they're hiding in the boat, they wouldn't have climbed out of the boat to spring a surprise.
Oh.
But yeah, I just think they were like way, like parked the boat way because they knew they were going and they just waited, just kept a scout out there. Like when they ride up,
damn, they're about. Damn it! They're about to have like these peaceful negotiations, and Flint finally has his ear, and they're about to prove everything they believe about pirates.
about to lose the boat, get all that orca gold. It's godly. So what I do like is that the struggle for Nassau is between like the truest form of freedom I think any country could ever have, which is just it's run by pirates, and like legitimacy. Because without legitimacy, they don't have stability. So like it's gonna be tough for them to be like a fucking like sovereign actual country. I mean, we know they make it, but damn, it's a fucking hard fight to get people not to fuck shit up.
Yeah, it's like it's interesting that Vane and Flint want the same thing, but they're going about it just like wildly different ways.
Flint wants to be king of that shit, and he wants to bring it back to like proper rule. But he also wants it to be sovereign, and Vane's like, we are sovereign. Like, this is our sovereignty now, is that we can do whatever the fuck we want, literally. So, like, why the fuck would I fly a flag over this island when I'm already the king of this shit?
Well, they're not legitimate. That's the downside.
But I thought Flint also wants like an independent Nassau, like he kind of wants. He wants legitimacy in Nassau, but yeah, that doesn't come with. Like, no one's gonna just give them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they get legitimacy and recognition and sovereignty, they will be able to trade off like all the things they have. They'll be able to participate in the global economy.
Yeah, but
like
I think
now they can only do it on the black market, which is very limiting, and that's why Nassau is a shithole and it's not progressing.
So I think Vane wants to be a pirate because as a pirate, you've got the chance of getting $1 million score. You got the chance of legitimately excelling in society, but once you put the rigid blocks of like, here's proper economics and proper governancing and like fucking capitalism, not like how they're doing it because they're just stealing shit, then it means that like, you know, someone's gonna have to be a farmer, someone's gonna have to scrub toilets, no one can be a pirate anymore. And I think it's interesting because this is what we're seeing happen here is a thing that we see happen in society a lot. So in America, once we established our colonies and broke away from Europe, we started moving west. And as we went west, that's why it's called the Wild West. Shit was lawless. And they wanted it to stay lawless, but it was like, no, you know that like eventually as time goes on, the rigid fucking structures of society catch up with your ass.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Nassau knows that because they don't have, I mean, shit, it's been happening. That's just human nature. So, I mean, eventually it has to be, the rule of society has to like line up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what do you guys think about Rackham's? I mean, Rackham's plan is already kind of there. There's no way you empty a ship without anybody noticing,
right?
But besides your own crew,
to reorganize them.
Yeah, it's like we just have to see how the weight's being carried. It's like, oh, that's not a thing anyone's ever done.
Right.
I like his friends freak out.
He's like, how the
stress, the stress on his face.
And of course, Max is like, we got this. Like, never been on a boat. Like,
I do want to say that Max has like, I didn't like her at first, but she's grown on me because I feel like in season 1 she was very like emotionally driven, and now she's actually thinking, and she's finally making like she's like steps ahead on Eleanor.
Yeah. So for now, Eleanor knows what
but
she's
like
up
now
to.
she really is. But in season 1 she thought she was ahead of her, but she was not.
Right.
She was just being cocky.
Pat, what do you think about
dope. Keep watching.
Pat, your face wasn't even on the camera.
You heard him, folks.
He said Black Sails is dope. Keep watching.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Hey, this one was actually good.
It was really good.
It was pretty good. We got some Billy Bones backstory a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And we got what I think is going to be season 3 setup, which is at Long John Silver. Over there, he can go for the captaincy if he wants.
So I'm like maybe like 20 minutes from finishing Treasure Island, which Treasure Island was really good, and it's cool. It's interesting.
Why didn't you read Kyoshi with us?
Kyoshi?
There's pirates in that.
There is? Oh, okay. Well, I'll put that on the list. I'm backed up on a lot of books. But yeah,
what about Dune?
Huh? I know. It's on the list. No, but it's interesting. Treasure Island wasn't necessarily like it wasn't a necessary read to follow this story. It's just more like, oh, there's a connection. So that was cool. So yeah, I like Silver's character. I like his. I mean, it's just funny. Like, you gave me a look. Right. It's like, so I killed him. Fuck it.
You think that shit for a look? He's like, because I know that you have my best interest at heart. So it's just, I think you're really seeing 2 different ways of running a pirate ship too.
Yeah.
Is that you've got Flint, who is like, I am the hammer. If you fuck up, obviously I will kill you. Your heart will give out. Everybody knows what it is. Don't fuck around. But I will get you paid occasionally. Where it seems like Silver's way would be like, he's kind of charismatic, like a man of the people. He's just like, it is what it is. Like, I can help everybody. I'm here. Like that. I think that's an interesting way to look at things. Because if I'm him, like somebody say that shit to you, that's how politicians get started. Always be like, everybody out there's willing to follow you, and they're like, oh shit, I didn't think I could be captain, but you just said that.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking it.
Yeah. Well, shit. That was rough. The poor dude just climbing up there. That would be the worst job on the pirate ship. Like anything to do with the crow's nest.
Yeah.
Or just up there. Like it's like, hey, go put that sail down. Or we'd be like, oh.
You know where the crow's nest is so high? So that they can see the sails, the top of the sails of other ships they're following, because the world's
past the horizon. Past the horizon. It's actually a trapezoid. Please get your science right.
Actually, it's a parallelogram. The planet.
It's actually a microbiome of
turds.
I think the Earth needs a fecal transplant.
Oh, I got one for it. That's actually how the moon was made.
I hate you.
But good episode. I enjoyed it. Now I'm really thinking maybe we our big skit for this is we're gonna charter a plane out to Nassau, go to Nassau. I'm gonna be butt naked Charles Vane with a cutlass the whole time.
We're gonna lock down some piratey clothing. I want some piratey.
You're gonna have to be butt naked and covered in sand for Charles Vane.
I want one of them long piratey overcoats.
Nah, man. If I'm on the beach in the Caribbean,
I think Jack Rackham style.
I'm sausage out, bro.
I want to be Guthrie because she's the only one who doesn't have her titties squished in every frame.
Yeah.
And
the painful
so
cleavage.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was like,
God, can you imagine? It's like your titties are trying to choke you.
I bet every male lost the stare at the eyes.
Just looking at me like
just lost that battle on set every single day.
I
You guys are creepy.
Even
it's hard. You don't know how. You know.
It's hard.
You know how hard it is not to
Shit.
look at boobs. I've seen you before.
Don't tell me you didn't stare at Vane's dick.
Vane's Vaney Vane.
I did.
You gotta make eye contact with him, not his ball sack.
It wasn't hard.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't hard.
It was an old windsock.
My eyes are up here.
Well, guys, we're excited. We're coming around to wrapping up this season. We're gonna see how it goes. You know how I think our new mandate should just be try to do a skit for every show. Because we used to be able to do a skit every episode. Now it just has to be every show. So
it's tough.
We're gonna think of something for this one. Even if we don't go to Nassau, maybe we'll just go freeze our asses off at a lake in the middle of fucking winter to shoot a skit.
So don't worry about the Rana. Rana had to do some stuff today. She'll be back.
She had to run around.
We promise the couch is not shrinking for the show. I'm sure we missed a few things. We didn't really talk about Lord Ash's daughter. Like,
oh yeah,
she's been through an interesting journey. There's a lot of parallels in the show because she's been through like the parallel of being with a certain set of pirates versus another set of pirates, and I like how she kind of came around and be like, yeah, these men are capable of being monsters, but even monsters have feelings.
Yeah, old boy who was eyeballing her, who was low key crying after his homie fell. Man, so
I had a statement that I wanted to say. I wish I wrote it down.
What was it?
It was not going to be politically correct, but I want to bring it out because it's going to start a discussion.
Okay.
But I forgot what it was.
Hold on, out of everything that happened in the show, you can't. What did it have to do with?
I can't remember.
What does it have to do with women's
sex?
No.
Gays? People of color?
Yeah. So here it is. You had it. There you go. So
here we go.
So you know in Hollywood, like usually when they cast a gay person, right? They always cast the flamboyant, the weak guy, or whatever. But
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? But that's
sometimes.
But that's what
you're saying. There's stereotypes.
There's stereotypes behind it, and that's what the mainstream. Like if I'm a mainstream viewer, and if I'm doing a casting call for the mainstream viewer, that's the kind of guy I'm looking for, right? Exactly, like
someone that's obviously gay.
Someone that's obviously gay. They're like obviously again, just going back to the stereotypes and like Hollywood's portraying the stereotypes. And look at someone who's just weak, like someone like not the cool fits, but the old fits, right? Like someone like that, just a little bit more flamboyant, just whatever. You don't think Captain Flint when you start watching the show, him never turning gay or anything like that. And back in the day, if you were gay or whatever, someone saw that because again, people think gay compared to the weakness or whatever, they're not gonna follow you, right?
Yeah.
So. Like him is able to do this. Like I'm just surprised. Like were there like back in the day, if you're a captain or whatever, could you not?
You weren't openly gay.
Yeah, that's
you were
I
not
don't
open.
think
He's not openly gay. If he was openly gay, no one fuck with him.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's funny like that they made this show and created a gay character as a main character behind it because that wouldn't happen back in the day. But they did. It's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing because listen.
I mean, you haven't said anything that's politically incorrect. That's what I'm wondering.
This is how Gucci shit.
Yeah, this is fine. You're basically saying
okay.
You're basically saying Flint's character is challenging the stereotype.
Yeah, it's challenging. Like if I was watching the show, I'm like, damn, I want to follow Flint.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm watching the show, would I follow Flint or not? Like, that's the thing.
It is interesting
So you
to
wouldn't follow Flint because he's homosexual?
I didn't say that. Now.
No, he didn't.
No,
I'm just saying like.
It is an interesting thought. Is like, what would you have thought about Flint if they revealed that earlier?
Yeah, he was. You wouldn't think of him as
if we knew that from episode 1.
Yeah, you wouldn't think of him as like this, methodical, evil. Like everyone thinks of him as a like evil dude. He was like he's trying to like whatever. But if you came out gay, be like, oh.
Can I say something?
But his homosexuality doesn't take away from the evil things he's done.
No. Listen,
I think the evil things wouldn't be as bad.
I think I understand what Pat's saying. Listen, you got to understand who. Pat and Run Up both see when a guy does something bad and then that guy gets a sad backstory. Pat and Run are like, oh, I totally understand why he did what he is. Because they have more sympathy once they understand the character's motives more, right? So that's what Pat's getting at. But what I think for the show is the show did this on purpose for people specifically like you, Pat, who are like, yeah, I fucking follow this motherfucker. He's ruthless. He's badass. Fucking cold. And then you're like, oh shit, he's gay. And then you ask yourself that question like, shit, would I still follow him?
Yeah, because
and then you're asking yourself the question like, why wouldn't I follow him if he's gay? Like, it's to start an internal conflict.
And then here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, if I knew he was gay and like this whole Orca gold or whatever, I'm not gonna go to the teeth to follow this guy. But if I knew he was straight, and this Orca thing is still again the same concept he's bringing up to me if he was straight or gay, this same concept, I might go fall for murder because I'm just saying because I would think of a stronger person than someone who's not.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, then hopefully this
That's
applies
fair.
to the stereotypes right on out because you can be gay and be an asshole.
Yeah, that is fair. That's why this show is cool because we're challenging stereotypes. Gay people can be assholes too.
Yep.
So that is the moral of the. No, we're kidding. But
if you're homosexual bisexual doesn't make that defines you. Like, you still have character of your own.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah. I know that. Mickey knows that. Pat knows that. But some people don't know that, and this show is probably going to help them literally break down a barrier in their brains that they didn't have. They didn't even know it was there.
And
just like, oh shit.
Yeah. So let's continue this. We probably missed a few things from the episode. So let's get down there in the comments. Believe it or not, we read your comments. We love to read your theories. We love to engage in conversations with y'all, as long as it's constructive and you're not, yelling at us.
Can I just say one more thing? Just to rebuttal that, because there's this guy.
I'm arguing.
No, I'm not arguing. But like, there was this guy he used to be. I think about a while. Like 4 years ago, he was NFL draftee, and he just got drafted. And he got drafted as a gay person, right? And a lot of people didn't want him on their team because, again, the locker room, whatever.
Yeah.
But another reason was because he was gay. They think he didn't have the same competitive fire. They wouldn't battle with his brothers as they would if he wasn't gay. Okay. That's what they were talking about.
That thing, though, that's a problem with the society.
That's what I'm saying.
And not the dude himself.
That's what I'm trying to say. To see someone like Flint now, I wouldn't think of like someone. Okay, I wouldn't think of like someone was gay. I wouldn't think. Okay, I'm not gonna be like he doesn't have the same competitive fire as me or anything like that. He's still gonna go to his end goal.
It's not really about the. So it's not really about the stereotypes. What you're saying is like you wouldn't expect a person to be gay and masculine
and a strong leader.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And that's why, that's what's cool about Flint's character.
I want to just say that I think it was the smartest thing I've seen Flint do so far was to take Abigail on the ship and show her the way of life of the pirates.
Yeah.
And that the fact that it was unfortunate that a person died, but the fact that she was able to observe their tradition, their funeral.
That was cool. They're actually
humans.
Yeah.
That it humanized them in front of her eyes, and like the flashbacks back to like Lo, who was an absolute animal.
Mm-hmm. And she's gonna have daddies here.
Yeah, now she can like explain that yes, they are mostly like a lot of them are fucking savages. The ones that took me are savages, and they like. I don't know who that lady was, but let's say she killed my aunt. They killed my aunt. But now she has a different perspective, and I'm glad that they like let her like on the board of the ship to let her observe, let her keep the journal. And I hope that she will be
I think she'll have a bigger role to play.
She'll have things to say.
For
but
sure.
also she wrote some incriminating things about Flint.
Well, dude, your burps smell like Lunchables.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's actually a Satan.
Satan.
God.
All right, guys.
Hey, low key though, Satan is 1 ounce. That's 23 grams of protein.
We're outie.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Black Sails with the Normies. Check us out on Patreon for early access and uncut content. Also check out our live gaming channel, merch, and social links in the description. Shout out to Luis, Joe, Nasser, NYR fans, Smoke'em, Ruby, Christian, Sean, Allison, Edward, Neko, Flower House, Kelly, and Keyboard Junkie. We'll see you next time.